Okay, this video is using Excel to get basic statistical functions such as average, median, standard deviation. So to do that, you go to any cell and you type equals and then start typing the function that you want to get. Like for example, I want to get a median. So to get the median, I'll type in MED, and just that far, it knows what you're looking for. So I'll click on median. And now it says, what do you want to get the median of? What numbers? Now notice that it put in the parentheses for me. So if you typed out the whole word median, don't forget to type in open parentheses. Now I could type in individual numbers, but to get the median of, let's say, a hunk of data here, then I would just highlight all the data that I want to get the median for, and I'll just go down to a certain point and then just close the parentheses and hit enter, and that's the median for that group of data right there. I could change that set of data, like how far I'm going, by double clicking on it, and if I want to go farther down, instead of to J15 right here, J15, if I wanted to go down to J100, I just change that right there and hit enter. And so that's the median of, if I click on it, you can double click, you can see it's that whole big hunk of data going that, as far as you need to go there to get the median. I can scroll down and see that the numbers go clear down to about 402 or so. So if I want to get the median of all these things, clear down to cell 402, I would just change that to 402 or highlight all those data. So that's median. Now, if you want to look over the functions to see what function you want to use, you can do that by going to formulas up at the top, and they have them broke down to different areas right here: math, trig, text type stuff, financial, and more functions. So let's go under more functions, and you can see statistical right there. And then under statistical, there's a lot of different ones: average deviation, average all, I think what that does. And let's see, we have stuff on the binomial, correlation, count, count ifs, and that sort of thing. But let's say we want standard deviation. So let's go on down to standard deviation, and you'll see there's a couple standard deviation. There's standard deviation P, which stands for standard deviation of a population, and you can read about it right there. See, it says calculate standard deviation based on the entire population. So if you have a population of data and you want to get the standard deviation, this is the one to use. Standard deviation of a sample is this one right here, and I think standard deviation, this one, gives you standard deviation. It even allows, I think, text and that sort of thing. So I'd never use that one. So let's say we're going to do the standard deviation, sample standard deviation. I can click right here, and it says, what numbers do you want to find the standard deviation of? So I tell you the truth is, I'm going to close that off, and I'm just going to type it in. I'm going to do equals S, I think it was ST, and that's all the farther I need to go, because I see standard deviation of population, standard deviation of a sample. And I guess here's another standard deviation. I think this is an old form of standard deviation of a sample. But these are the two most ones. So let's do standard deviation of a sample, and I'll double click that. And now I know it says number 1, number 2, and so on. But again, I can just highlight whatever data I want to deal with, and then just close parentheses and hit enter. And there's the standard deviation of that. Variance is equal to that number squared. So if I do equals, click on this cell and say raised to the second power, it's going to square that number. Now I'll show you that is the variance, because right underneath of it I'll do equals. Actually, let me see what values I was doing the standard deviation of. It's down here to J27. So what I'll do is I will do equals variance, and it's variance of a sample, and I'll do the exact same group down to J27, and you can see I did go far enough, and if I hit enter, I get the exact same number. So you can get the variance by either typing it in like I just did, or knowing that it's the standard deviation squared is how you get the variance. So all of them are in there. You can look for most of your functions. Let me just go through them again here. See more functions, statistical, and range is in there, I believe. Let's check. Well, no, I don't see range. But how can we get range? Well, we have max and we have min, and that's what range is equal to. So if I did, for example, equals maximum of a group of numbers and close that, minus the min of a group of numbers, and let's do the same group right to there, then I will have the range. So the range, see, it got the highest number in here, it got the lowest number in there, and it subtracted them. So you can get just about any statistical function that you'd want by doing what I just did. Either typically equals, type in the function, and then highlight that data, close parentheses, hit enter, and you have whatever you're looking for. So I'll stop this video right here.